Good morning, class. Standard 9 and 10. Civics chapter, the Union Executives. In that, the President and the Vice President. Regarding President of India and Vice President of India, how they elected, what is their executive powers, legislative powers, financial powers, emergency powers, judicial powers. These all things the president have the role. The president is the head of the country. He is the country leader, head of the country. So whatever the work, what are the policy, foreign policies happening on behalf of the President of India names only, every policy have been signed by different ministers and as well as Prime Minister. So what is the position of the President? Normally President is highest post in this country, prestige post, but our constitution total power vested in the Prime Minister, because the President have been elected indirectly by Lok Sabha MPs, Rajya Sabha MPs and state legislative assemblies, MLAs. Because our constitution permit in direct election means like USA, President have more power than the other ministers. In India, our constitution given full authority on Prime Ministers and Council of Ministers. So, President of India is a nominal head of this country, but his post is topmost, highest post in this country. So, I will talk about the President's positions. The Presidents and the Vice President, both President, if President is not present in any valid reason, or incapable or misbehavior or constitutional breakdown on presidents, he may remove from the office. In case of sudden ills or sudden death of the president, then the vice president will take what? Same duty till 6 months. The new president has been elected, then he will assume the office as a vice president until 6 months. Within 6 months, they have to elect the President of India. That is the rule of the constitutions. Now I will talk about the position of the President. He is the highest executive authority and is the head of the state and the supreme commander of the armed forces of the Union. 3 forces: Indian Air Force, Indian Navy, Indian Army. He is the supreme commander of that forces. A qualification of elections. A person is eligible for election as president if he is a citizen of India, not less than 35 years of age, qualified for election as a member of Lok Sabha, not holding any office of profit under the union government or state government. Procedure for elections. The president is elected indirectly by the members of the electoral college, consisting of the elected members of both the houses of the parliament, the elected members of the legislative assemblies of the state, including National Capital Territory of Delhi and the Union Territory of Pondicherry. These people will elect the president. Term of office of the president. The president hold office for a period of 5 years. A removal of from the office. What can he do? They have to remove from the post. There is an impeachment post. Impeachment procedure can happen in Rajya Sabha as well as Lok Sabha. The president can be removed from office by impeachment for the violation of the constitution, that is, by a resolution by both houses, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, providing the charges against him. Any one house can formed, pass the majority, president should be executed. That is procedure called impeachment. For president elections, those people, first 50 MPs should nominate the candidate of President of India. Then 50 MPs seconded by the election of the President. Total 100 MPs required for the election of the President. Now I will talk about the Vice President duty. What is? Same things. He will have same, only age is different, not less than 35 years age. Rest of things same, what president qualification have, same thing. But election is only, he will not elected by the state legislative assembly, vice president. A vice president is elected by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha members only allowed to elect the vice president of India. Now position of vice president. He holds the next highest position to the President of India. He is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. A person is eligible for election as Vice President if he is a citizen of India, not less than 35 years of age, qualified for election as a member of Rajya Sabha, not holding any office of profit either under the union government or state government. Procedure for the elections, as I told you, the vice president is elected by the members of both the houses of parliament in according with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable votes. In this election, the state legislatures do not take part. Single transferable vote means the first preference vote. Suppose 3 candidates are there contesting election of the President of India. The preference given first vote, first candidate name should be favor. You have to put vote the first candidate name only. If you not putting the first candidate name and putting vote on third candidate name, it won't be taken an account. Likewise, this is a single transferable voting system. Term of office, the vice president holds office for the period of 5 years. A removal from office. This system is different from President of India and Vice President. Only Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha can remove. The Vice President can be removed from office by the resolution of the Rajya Sabha passed by majority of members and agreed upon by the Lok Sabha. So these are the qualification and terms and position of the President and Vice President. Now I will talk about powers of the President. Executive powers. These are important for your exam. You must learn executive powers, legislative powers, military powers, financial powers, emergency powers, discretionary powers. These duties you must learn for your exams. Now executive powers. He makes all important appointments as such as those of governors, the Chief Justice and the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court and the Prime Minister and Council of Ministers. He will give vote to these peoples. He administers the union territories and the border areas. He assumes to himself all or any of the functions of the government of the state when the state is put under president's rules. Suppose any states don't have majority to elect the chief minister or no party to form a government, during this time the president rule will be applicable. That is Article 356, the president's rule will be applicable. All the government works will come to directly under the president and the state governor who is representing President of India. State governor is head of the state. He will look after all the official work. Next, legislative powers of president. He addresses the first session of parliament after the general election and the first session of each year. He issues ordinance when the parliament is not in session. He summons, prorogues or dissolves the Lok Sabha and orders fresh elections. A bill passed by the parliament must receive his assent before it becomes an act. That means assent means his signature. The signature must, if both houses pass the bill, it will goes to president for his signature. After his signature, that policy will become an act, law. He nominates 12 members to the Rajya Sabha and 2 Anglo-Indian members to the Lok Sabha. Now, financial powers of president. No money bill can be introduced in a parliament without the prior assent of the president. He causes the annual budget but annual financial statement to be laid before the parliament. He can authorize withdrawal of advances from the contingency fund of India to meet unforeseen expenditure. That means contingency fund means emergency fund, like a flooding, earthquake, national disasters, cyclone, tsunami. Likewise, there is a fund is there, can take from them. When a budget session is passed, that money will go back to contingency fund. He appoints finance commission after every 5 years. It is a pay commissions. Normally you call pay commissions. Now, judicial powers of the president. He appoints judges of the Supreme Court and High Court. He can grant pardon, reprieve or remission of punishment or commute a death sentence. That means he can pardon any criminal, any victims have been sentenced to death. You may excuse him like a lifetime, convert into lifetime, from death sentence to lifetimes. That power he has. It's normally called mercy petitions. Supreme Court has given any punishments or High Court has given any punishment, death sentence to the victim. He can apply for the mercy to the president. The president may convert into the lifetime, may not be convert. That is his choice. Nobody can force. Next, discretionary powers is called special power. The President of India enjoys certain discretionary powers where he uses his wisdom and judgment. The power to decide who should be given the first opportunity to form the government in case of a hung parliament. That means no party has majority to form a government. He can decide which party he can invite for the form a government. Appointment of a Prime Minister in case of sudden death of the incumbent. Next, dissolution of Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha can dissolve any majority is not there. He can dissolve the Lok Sabha because the people house called Lok Sabha, it can be dissolved. But Rajya Sabha is the permanent house, it cannot be dissolved because the Rajya Sabha consists of state council, they are representing states, so it cannot be dissolved. Now, diplomatic powers. He has the power of appointing Indian ambassadors to other countries. He receives ambassadors, high commissioners, and diplomatic envoys from foreign countries. That means the high commissioner, the representing India, some high members, qualified people representing India in America, Singapore, Malaysia, likewise, to help the Indian citizen, whoever is there, they coordinate with the Indian government and their government. That is called ambassador or high commissioner. He receives ambassador, high commissioners, and diplomatic envoys from foreign countries. All treaties and international agreements are concluded in the name of the president. As I told you earlier, whichever the policy is making on behalf of President of India only undertaken. The president represents India in international conferences. Now, emergency powers. What is emergency powers? National disasters like a financial emergency, national emergency, there is a threat from the other neighboring countries on India. During this time, at the advice of the Prime Minister, the President can declare emergency, national emergency or financial emergency. He can declare an emergency if there is a threat to the security of India or any part of, if there is failure of constitutional machinery in a state or if there is a financial crisis. Next, military powers. The President is the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces of India. He appoints chiefs of the three wings of the armed forces subject to certain rules and regulations you have to follow. He has the power to make declaration of war and peace on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Now next I will talk about powers and function of the Vice President. He is the ex officio chairman of the Rajya Sabha. He officiates as a president in case of death, resignation or removal of the president till a new president is elected. Third one, when the president is unable to discharge his functions owing to absence, illness or any other reason, the vice president discharges his functions. During such period, he is entitled to all powers and immunities of the president. He can enjoy full facilities or immunities what the President of India is getting. Same thing will getting within 6 months until the new president has been elected. So this is the union executives, the president and vice president. Good morning class, stay safe, stay home.